Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome back to another vlog. So it's the start of the week and today I spent most of my morning just sketching. I've been actually testing out some markers, some alcohol markers from a scroller box, like scroller box 125 if I'm not mistaken, and I kind of wanted to test them before creating something with them, so let me just show you very quickly. Okay, so I started with this one. Well, the smell. But I started this one and I didn't really like the blue with the green. The blue is way too dark compared to the green, so I didn't really like this combination. So then I did try it again using the yellow. So I have a very limited number of colors. There's like 6 markers if I'm not mistaken. I'll show you later when I actually draw the final piece, because I'm not sure what I'll draw yet. So I've been trying like some veggies and some flowers basically. So this is what I've been experimenting with. These are obviously very quick sketches, like it took me less than 5 minutes each, just trying them out and have a better feeling. Also, I did mention this last vlog that I wanted to try using other mediums in this sketchbook, and I also mentioned markers. And since I had these new alcohol markers, I can't remember the brand of them, but yeah, I will show you later on this week. But yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, I tried using these alcohol markers here first just to get a bit more familiar with them. Also, it's been some time since I've used alcohol markers. They do bleed a bit through this sketchbook. I'm not sure if it will bleed to another page because I did use a protector, but you can see that they do show up at the back of each page. I'll probably draw something in these pages anyway, because since it's just a sketchbook and I don't like to just waste pages, so I'll probably draw with a pen or something on the back of these pages as well. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll draw yet. I'm kind of feeling something like some flowers or perhaps some veggies. I was thinking like I have like two different ideas. Like one of my ideas is to basically list whatever I have on my garden right now, and I could make like a composition and draw all of those things, like some raspberries, some radishes, for example, some peas, like I did here. I'm not sure. And my other idea was to perhaps pick a recipe that I enjoy making. I just don't know what right now, but like pick up a recipe that I enjoy making or that I make often, and basically create an illustration of that recipe. So with all of the ingredients, perhaps an illustration of the final results, and some directions, maybe like this, a small card of a recipe. I think that will be fun. I've done that before and I actually had lots of fun with it. Like, I don't generally draw food, but sometimes I do. Like, when I do, I actually enjoy doing it. And I like to have a very simple style with it, not too detailed. And I actually end up having lots of fun doing that. So I'm kind of leaning into that. I actually have here, so for example, we have here 2 examples. So here we have this recipe of quesadillas. And then I also have this page with meals that I had at some point. So that's also an idea, like a menu thing with meals, different meals throughout the day. That could also be fun. Or, as I mentioned, if I ever find it, something like a grocery list illustrated, but with all the veggies on my garden. I think that would be fun. Okay, yeah, found it. So once again, here I have like a meal list, so like a menu of the day, and here we have like a grocery list of stuff. So yeah, we can make something based off this. I'm not sure, but it could be fun and a bit different. I'm feeling like drawing different things lately, trying to add some variety to my drawings, not just cats, although I always love to draw cats. But I don't know, with these markers and the colors I have, I'm not really feeling it. I don't really have any ideas for that. So yeah, so that's one of the things I want to do this week. Draw something using the supplies of the scroller box 125, if I'm not mistaken. I will show you the materials later on. So what else do I have for this week? I do have to run some errands at some point, so I will have to go out at some point, do like some groceries, stuff like that. And I actually want to get a new journal because I know it seems like there's still a lot of pages here, but the way I organized my journal this year, I do use much more pages than I used to. So basically, I have like a monthly spread, a weekly spread, and then a daily entry. So there's more pages being used. So I kind of want to buy a new one, and I'll try to do that this week. We'll see how that goes. As you can see, I always get something very simple and then just add a sticker or something. These are pretty cheap, so, and I really enjoy them. I do have one still unused somewhere, but it's not really big. I think I will use it next, but it's not really big. It's probably like half of this, so I will run out of pages very, very soon. So I kind of want to get a new one. And I realized this week that, sometimes I watch those videos where people talk about their journal ecosystem, and I always felt that was a bit silly to have so many notebooks. But I just realized this week that I actually have like 4 notebooks right now that I'm using. So I have basically my weekly and daily journal where I write down all the tasks I want to do, things that happen throughout the day, special events or whatnot. Then I have my small sketchbook, my book journal that I did update it last week, and I'll talk about that. And then I have this notebook where I write down all the video, shorts, and reels and post ideas I have, and I write them down. So yeah, actually it's not that silly, and I do have quite a lot of notebooks, more than I thought I had. I do use Notion quite a lot, but I don't know, I do really like the act of writing these things, and I feel like I can memorize them better if I actually write them down with a pen and paper than just writing on an app. I don't know about you, but that's the way for me. And even though I sometimes try to just have everything on my phone on an app, um, I always end up going to paper anyways. So yeah, but usually I only carry this one with me. Now, as my for my book journal, update this. I did update this last week, and I realized I read more books than I thought. That I probably didn't mention here, but it was mostly children's books, and they weren't really fantastic for me. So I don't think it wasn't really worth talking about. But yeah, so yeah, I did end up reading 6 books. So 2 of them were physical, one ebook, and 2 of them on my phone. And I added finally a book to my DNF list, which is The Cat in the City, which I did mention in a previous vlog like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's not like I was having big issues with the book. It was, I didn't really, like, I read 40 pages or 70 pages perhaps, I'm not sure. But it was mostly, as I mentioned, I went through a lot of books that I didn't really enjoy. And it was mostly an issue of I couldn't really read anything that I wasn't really enjoying anymore. So I just decided to not continue with it and move on to something else. So yeah, I don't really have issues with the book. I really can't form an opinion on it. Maybe I'll go back to it sometime later. We'll see if I'm feeling it or not. It was just mostly that I wasn't feeling it. I wanted to read something that I was enjoying, and I was tired of going through books, forcing myself through it with something that I wasn't really enjoying. And I also finally added some books to my book wish list. So one of them is The Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead that I did talk about, and I really did like the book. So as I said, I do want to get a physical copy to annotate, to highlight some stuff. And then I remember that last year I read We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, and it was one of the books that I really enjoyed. It's probably one of my favorites. If I have to like list the top 5 or 10 from last year, this book will be in that list. And it's a rather small book, and there are some cool covers around that I've seen. So it's something I want to get. I haven't found yet the one that I might want, but yeah, I want to get that book someday so I can read it again, because it's a book that I'm pretty sure I will read it. Also, I read it in Portuguese, and I wanted to read it in English because I feel that all the creepiness of the book and the whole atmosphere will work much better in English. I'm not sure, but I do feel that will be the case. So yeah, I'm not sure if there are more that I want to add to my book list right now. I'm not really reading a lot at the moment. I think I'm only reading Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like how she mostly writes about people, the relationships between people, how complex we are, basically, and how needed all kinds of relationships are, really. And but what I really love is the complexity of each character and how the characters are so different from each other. They're very real. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't think I'm halfway through it yet, I think, but I'm really enjoying it. But I haven't started anything else yet. I'll start something this week. I'm not sure what yet. Perhaps the everyone in this room will someday be dead. Is that what it's called? I'll leave the picture here, but I did mention the book last week, and I'm very curious about that one. So I kind of want to pick it up this week. I don't think I have any more updates right now, but I do want to prepare a new class this week, perhaps even record it if I have the time. It's all about sketching once again. I'm really feeling like creating some classes all about using your sketchbook. And I've been going through, I do have a few ideas of them, very short classes that you can just follow in a day or two and just enjoy your sketchbook. And the next one I'm thinking is going to be about sketching cats. So that's pretty fun and exciting. So I'll be preparing that this week, I think, and perhaps record it. So yeah, I think this is it for now. And I will talk to you later once I have more news. Also, I really want to work on the garden this week. I do have a few things that I want to plant, and perhaps I'll give you an update, a garden update this week, hopefully. We'll see. As I said, I had to run a few errands and I wanted to show you a few things I got. So, first of all, I did get a new journal and I found this color so cute. So, it's like a peach or salmon color. I think it's more like a peach color and it's so cute. I really like it. I always buy very simple journals. Actually, at the end of last year, I was thinking of kind of changing the format of my journals. So, like, I really like those slim journals, that they are just like this rectangle that Hobonichi has. Traveler's Notebook also has that format. And I was kind of thinking about getting some of those. And perhaps like getting several of them and then doing a journal cover with the elastics and everything. I was kind of feeling that, but at the same time, I didn't really know what to use for fabric because I don't want to use leather. It's really expensive and it's not the kind of material I want to buy. And I know that is fake leather, but at the same time, it's not really my thing. So I did find some templates, some sewing templates where you could do something kind of a pouch and notebook cover by using fabric. And I do have some fabric at home, but I don't know, it felt a bit overcomplicated. I'm not very experienced with sewing in general. So I kind of kept postponing it. And then I did find a new way of organizing my journal because I was a bit bored with how I did it before. So now it's a bit more detailed and I have more space. So yeah, I kind of fell in love again with the format I've been using and I've been really enjoying my new templates that I have. So yeah, I just decided to just keep with this kind of journal for now and we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'll keep it forever, but for now I'm happy with this. It's very simple. We have this elastic to close it. We also have like wood. It's very new. But we also have like this string. I know a lot of people remove the strings, but I actually like them. I think they're cute and it helps me get into the day I need to right away. But this time I actually bought I bought the gridded pages. Um, Usually, so far, I've always used just simple lines, but with the format I've been doing my journal lately, I feel like a squared or a gridded version might suit it better. So yeah, I'm going to try a grid this time around and see how it goes. It might also be nicer to draw like small doodles on it. I don't know. But yeah, this is it. Very simple, very basic. I really like the color. And of course, I'll decorate it a bit with stickers once I will use it. I don't need it yet, but I keep it until I finish the one I'm currently using and then I'll move to the next. Like usually I think I use about 2 notebooks a year, but since now I write more things on my journal, I might need perhaps 3. We'll see. I'm not sure. Like I've changed my journaling a lot this year, so we'll see. I'm not sure how much I will write and how many notebooks I'll need in a year. But this is it for now. Then, like as I mentioned before, I sometimes annotate or highlight some of my books. Basically, my favorite books, I do like to have them in physical format because I would like to highlight some things. And as you can see, like I do have some highlights, but I don't have a mark of where I have highlights. Like sometimes I will fold the page a little bit. And I know that's not really aesthetic, and for some book people, it's kind of a crime. But yeah, I tend to do that. In this one, I actually didn't do that, but sometimes I do it, and it gets obviously the book will get much thicker of all the folds that you put on the corners of the pages. So I decided to get some of this. I forgot their name in English, but the ones the sticky the sticky papers that you put on the page so you can easily reach to it and just open in the right place. And these are actually basically sticky notes, so they're not very transparent. They're not transparent at all. But the other ones that were available, I didn't really like the colors. They were all like this, very saturated, very neon style. And this one had some more neutral tones, so I decided to just get this. And what I'm thinking, this is obviously very big. So what I'm thinking is I'll just put this on the page and cut so you can only see a little bit of the paper sticking out, so it's easier to handle. And I don't know, I was actually thinking that I would obviously be wasting a whole lot of paper by doing this. So I just thought I can just keep the paper that I cut out and perhaps one day make a drawing using it, like making some kind of mosaic drawing. I think it could be fun, so I'll probably just keep all the slips of paper that I don't use. Then I also found these clips that I'm actually using them right now, that I really fell in love with. So they're these little stars and they are translucent, as you can see, but they do have, I'm not sure if it's showing, but they do have this rainbow shine to them. And I don't know, I got such 90 vibes from this that I just had to buy them. They were so cute. And I don't know, I was actually needing some clips for my hair. Like the ones I have are very small, and I was needing some that will be a bit bigger but still very minimal. So yeah, I found that these were just perfect. They're so cute. And then, as I mentioned, I did get a new frame that I want. Because I did not check the size. I forgot to check the size, but yeah, I think this is good. It fits. So for my new painting, the one I did on last week's vlog, I'm going to put it here. And then I don't know when I'm going to put the painting. I was thinking maybe I could put it somewhere here. Perhaps, we'll see. But yes, I do want to put it up somewhere. I got the frame and I'll do that right away. But before that, let me just show you, because I did mention that I was trying out some new markers and I wanted to show you, and I wanted to show them to you. So I'm not sure, this is Marabu alcohol markers. I don't really know this brand, but this is what they look like. And we have this broad nib on one side and then a smaller one on the other. So yeah, these came in scroller box number 125. I've been experimenting with them. So we got them in 6 different colors. And yeah, I've been experimenting with them a bit, as I showed you in some sketch previously. And now I want to create some art using this. So this is the paper we got to use. And this is a marker paper and it's very, very thin. Like, as you can see, it's very, very thin. And I do know that marker paper tends to be like this, but I've never used it before. So I'm curious, because the only thing I can imagine is that it's going to bleed to the other side, but we'll see. As for the art I want to do, I want to make something very simple. I'm not sure if this will show on camera because I made it very lightly, but it's going to be 2 pieces. One of them is lemons, while the other is oranges or tangerines, whatever. But yeah, just like a very simple pattern, something like, it's been a very busy week and I want to do something that doesn't need a whole lot of focus, just something to relax a bit and I don't have to use my brain a whole lot. So yeah, I'm going to draw this. We also got like this huge pencil. It's not a pencil, it's one of those mechanic pencils, and it has this huge graphite inside of it, like really big. And I did use this to sketch these drawings, and it's really comfortable to use since it's very thick, so it's not very tiring on your hands. And then we got this Sakura Pigma Micron 08, as well as this Jelly Roll white pen. I actually use both of these a lot. Like these are my favorite fine liner brands, and I always love this white pen from Jelly Roll. So these aren't new to me, but it's always great to have more at home. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll use all the colors. Like I'm obviously going to use the yellow, the green, and the orange. And then I'm not sure, I might use this for a background, but I'm not totally sure because I don't love this blue. But I think I'll just test things and see. Like I'm going to draw smaller, um, a version with a background and another without, so I can decide because I'm not sure if I love the idea of using this as background. But as long as I use some of this, we're good. I don't need to use all of the colors. So yeah. Oh, also, let me show you the featured art. Really, really nice. I love the colors here. This is by Taisija Kalinina. Here it is. I'm very sorry if I did not pronounce this right, but I really like the colors. And yeah, I did think about drawing some kind of snake. I think it's actually the challenge for this box, drawing some kind of snake or something like that. But I'm not feeling it, as I said, so I'm going to just draw some fruits and have a little bit of fun. Okay, so I did test everything out because I haven't yet, and then I did here a few tests with a background and without a background. And honestly, I actually like with the background better, so I'll think I'll do that. I'm not sure if I'll add the stars with the background, we will see. But yeah, I think we're doing background because otherwise I think it just be a bit too empty. Even if I draw some stars here and there, it feels a bit too empty, so I think that's it. Also, I did add the painting here, but I'm not a fan of the placement. So I think I'll just remove it from here. I'm not a fan of the placement. It's a bit too small. Each cubicle is a bit too small, so I think I'll just put it in other room. Not sure where yet, but I think it. My book. But I think it fits the frame very well. I like it. I'll just have to figure out a place for it. I finished these two illustrations, as I said, very simple, but it was actually so relaxing to make. Like, I was really tired of just looking at my computer screen, so it was a nice break from that. This took me like less than an hour, I think. Very simple, just a few oranges and lemons. Just go with the flow. It was not really nice. The colors are very nice as well. I love the orange specifically. I also like the blue. Like I know I was saying before that I didn't really like it, but not like I like the color, just not in combination with the other colors I had. But once I tested with the orange, I kind of changed my mind, and I think it looks really nice. It's a very nice contrast here. So yeah, that was really fun, very relaxing. Of course, I messed up a bit, like I did dirty my fingers a bit while painting, and then I accidentally smudged the page here and there, but that's fine. This was just mostly sketching and just a bit of a break from everything else that I've been doing. Also, yeah, as you can see, the paper very, very thin. It does bleed a bit to a bit. It does bleed to the back of the page, but not into other pages. So yeah, you can't really use the back of the page to do something else. But even if I decided to draw on this pad, I will be safe because nothing did go through. Like for example, I can show you. So I have here the page where I swatched everything, right? And as you can see, I have these big areas of colors that I actually drew. Several layers of, and as you can see, it goes behind, but not to the other page. Yeah, the other page is blank as it should, so that's very nice. I'm not sure I love paper this thin to draw on because I feel like I can very easily mess things up. Like I feel like I could rip this by accident. I can be very messy while drawing and making art, so that kind of thing will probably happen if I'm being honest. But yeah, that was nice. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think this could do very well in the kitchen, for example. Like just to paint the two paintings side by side in the kitchen wall. I think it would look very cute. I just realized I forgot to sign this, but I'll do that later. But yeah, I think this is what I have to show you for now. Actually, no, I have a small update. So I did start Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead. I have to check the name in English because I'm sure I will get it wrong. Also, I have to be careful with my fingers. This is not my book. But yeah, I did start this. I read like 50 pages last night and I'm enjoying it very much. Like it's a very easy read so far. Like I can just feel myself flying through the pages. It's very nice. The writing style is quite nice so far. Like I'm not sure what's happening here yet. Like we don't really have a plot per se so far. We kind of just fall into the life of this person that obviously is not having a great time. But yeah, I don't really know where this is going to go. But I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see what will happen and how the book will develop. So yeah, so far really nice, and I think I'll probably finish this very, very quickly. Alright, my hands are all clean once again, and it's been such a nice weekend, a very crafty weekend actually. I at first was thinking of continuing the macrame project, so doing the thinner version from the bandana I showed you last vlog. But the weather was so nice, and we finally have a work table for our more dirty hobbies, let's say. both for me and for my partner, is big enough so that we can be at the same time doing our things, that I just decided to do some air dry clay stuff. So mostly magnets and pins, or at least that's the plan. And it's been so much fun. I've done a lot, as you can see, and it's really fun, and I really enjoy, like, I feel that some of the things that I do, for example, the cat pins, I feel that I got the hang of them, and they are at a place where I think that's how I want them to look. So I want to try and do more of them in different, like, different cat patterns and colors. So yeah, we'll see. For now, air dry clay is just a hobby, but we'll see how it will be in the future. It will be nice to be able to make my own pieces and for other people to be able to wear them perhaps, or have them at home. It's really cute. I've been also thinking of trying out polymer clay because I never tried it. It does have for me the disadvantage of needing to bake them. At the same time, I think they're more resistant than the air dry clay. I'm not sure. I don't know. Have you tried them? Let me know if you prefer air dry clay or polymer clay, and why. And I don't know, give me some tips if you have any. I'm always open to learn more and more tips with this hobby, both the air dry and the polymer clay. I don't really know a whole lot about clay, but it does look fun. Like, I think that molding wise it's fairly similar, I think. But yeah, I like that it has colors. So, but as far as I know, you can color both the air dry clay and the polymer clay to any color that you like. You can use acrylic paints, I think, or pastels, for example. So yeah, I'm not sure. For now, I have all these pieces to finish. They have to dry, and it takes a bit to dry for me. I don't know. Sometimes I see people saying that they take just a few hours, like in 4-6 hours or whatever, sometimes 2 hours, and they're dry. And I'm like, how? Like, my pieces take perhaps 3 days to to dry. I'm not sure if I'm at a place that is just too humid. Where I leave them is not ideal. If people use any kind of tool for it to dry faster, like, I don't know, maybe a dehumidifier in the room, or using a hair dryer, I'm not sure. But it's crazy that some people say that it takes no time at all to dry, because for me that's just not true. But it's fine, I'll just wait and sand everything, which is probably my least favorite part, and then paint all of them, which is my favorite part. But yeah, it was so nice. I really enjoyed it. It's always a bit tiring, I think, but it's a good kind of tiring, and it's refreshing to do something different and to start a new project. And I don't know, it's something I really like to do, like molding, like the different stages. There's, like, painting, it doesn't have so many stages, I feel, or drawing in general. So this has all these stages, and each one is very unique and different, and it can be so relaxing to just do this, even though it's a lot of pieces. And I know that in some previous vlogs I did say that I prefer to just do like one piece at a time, but yeah, this time I just decided to do a bunch of them and see how that goes. Now, as for book updates, I don't think I have anything new. I've been reading the same things. I haven't been reading a lot this week, I think. So yeah, no book. I didn't finish any books this time around. I'm still reading Intermezzo and Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead. I think that's it. So hopefully next week I will give you some book updates. And I think I'm going to leave you now. There's been a lot of things this week. It's been a good week in general. Like, it was a bit stressful at times, but the crafting made it up for it. Also, the sun is back. Like, Some days we have such beautiful days and I just want to go outside, look at the garden, look at my flowers. It's been so nice. So yeah, I hope that this week has been good for you as well. Do tell me if you did any kind of crafts. I don't know, something that whimsy that you did this week. Because I feel that when the sun starts coming up, when the spring starts, or we start seeing signs of spring, I feel that we tend to be more outdoorsy and feeling like doing more crafty stuff, trying out new hobbies perhaps. So yeah, do tell me if you did something really cozy this week or the weekend. And thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more videos. And I hope I see you in the next vlog. And until then, enjoy your days, enjoy the sun if you have it, enjoy your hobbies, and I will see you next time. Bye!